Joining us now, you saw him in Nick's piece. He's someone who testified before that grand jury just hours before the indictment was returned. CNN contributor and former Republican Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan. Jeff, I appreciate your time this morning. First off, the 98-page indictment, it's now out. You've seen it. Was there anything in there that either surprised you or looked off base from your personal experience throughout this process and this investigation?
Yeah, my early assessment is that there's really no names on there that surprise me, and there's no scenarios that surprise me, right? And that might come into contrast to Republicans all over the country, but this was what we were talking against during the immediate days and months after the 2020 election cycle. The math just didn't add up, right? You couldn't take a tweet and turn it into a factual scenario, and so no, nothing really surprised me that jumped off the page.
I want our viewers to hear something you said last night. I believe this is when you walked out of the courthouse about what you hope America takes from this. Here you were.
My hope is that Americans believe us. My hope is that Republicans believe us, that this election was fair and legal. And I certainly think this is a pivot point for us. As a Republican that cares about the future of this country, this is our moment to hit the reset button.
Your hope is not echoed by a vast majority of Republicans who still say in polling that they believe that Biden didn't legitimately win the election. And it's not something shared by most of the people running against Trump. But you think this one changes things?
Yeah, this certainly carries an even bigger weight than the other ones. I mean, as if a federal indictment doesn't carry weight or other states' indictments, but certainly this added to it. But you know what, Poppy, I'm going to be critical of my party. I'm going to be critical of those that are running for president in my party. I'm going to be critical of governors and senators. They know the right thing to do here. The right thing to do is to call Donald Trump out for lying, misleading us, and taking our Republican Party straight to the ditch. That's what's happened here. And until we all want to stand up and speak as loudly and clearly as we possibly can that the Republican Party needs to use this as a pivot point, to hit the reset button, to go to a GOP 2.0 that really gets us back to talking about the policies. If 2024 is about the issues, if it's just strictly about the issues and not about Donald Trump, we will beat the brakes off Joe Biden. He's got no positive record on the border, national security, public safety. These are issues that we can take him to the floor with. But if we just make it about Donald Trump, we're going to continue to be embarrassed, and our campaign speeches in the Republican Party are going to be from courthouse steps every single day. We can do better. We should do better, and this needs to be the wake-up call. And I've certainly been vocal about this. We need to have everybody running for president stand up together, not because their consultants tell them it makes sense today, not because it doesn't feel like a short-term sugar high, but get up there and tell Donald Trump to get out of this race for the good of the party and for the good of the country.
Jeff, I think to that point, and credit for consistency, you've said that after, I think this is now at least the third indictment, that you've said very similar things about it's time to turn the page. It's time to get away from this. It's time to not always be defending or rallying around somebody who's been consistently indicted. And yet the former president's poll numbers continually seem to go up in moments like this. He's able to frame, particularly in a primary electorate, these as political attacks by Democrats. To that point, did you get any sense that Fani Willis and your interactions with her during this process or her team was politically motivated? I think the former president called her a rabid partisan, or that the grand jury itself was out to intentionally get the former president.
Look, that's Donald Trump's game. Every time he gets put in a corner, he fights like a kid, right? He calls names. There's no merits behind it. I certainly didn't encounter any of that. It was a very professional process, a very well-informed district attorney's office, a very well-informed jury that asked very intellectual questions throughout the process. But look, when leaders of your party are telling you that something's true, I guess it's just inherently natural to believe them. And so as long as our party leaders, as long as Kevin McCarthy and others and these candidates for president, I mean, you look at Ron DeSantis, he's literally fired almost everybody in his campaign. If he wants to really turn the tide on where this thing's headed, just tell Donald Trump that he's wrong, he lied, and he needs to get out of the race. Let's watch the deflection in the numbers at that point.
Because as long as this proceeds as a state case and doesn't move to be federal, which I don't think they're going to have success in trying to move it if they do, in Georgia, the governor can't pardon someone, right? So if Trump were convicted, the governor couldn't. it would have to go to a board of parole that has that power. Some conservatives in your state and outside the state are pushing for the law to be changed. It would give the governor, Brian Kemp, the ability to pardon. Do you think that that would be successful at all? And should Kemp have that power? Could you even see him utilizing it in that way? I mean, he's someone who upheld the results in Georgia.
Look, I think our most important duty right now as Georgians is to let the judicial system play out as it sees fit, as the process is supposed to work, not to create all kinds of workarounds. I mean, look, that's really where we got with this whole mess to start with the election debacle, right? It was solutions in search of problems every minute of every day. Let's let the judicial system play out. If Donald Trump did nothing wrong, if these co-conspirators did nothing wrong, then great. They're going to have their opportunity to share their story, and it should be abundantly clear that they deserve to just be scot-free. My instincts tell me that there's going to be a different outcome.
Jeff, for people who are waking up this morning and seeing this and saying, all right, 91 charges at this point, it's the fourth indictment, I don't know why I need to necessarily pay attention to this. Can you tell them what your personal experience was like, both in testifying, but also in being attacked, albeit with the misspelled first name, by the former president of the United States?
Yeah, I found out yesterday when I walked into the kitchen in the morning, and one of my sons said, "Dad, the former president misspelled your name," which I thought was funny. It's Jeff with a G, right? Look, my personal experience, this has been going on for 2.5 years for me and my family. We didn't get into politics because we wanted power. We wanted to put policy over politics. That was our campaign motto when I ran for lieutenant governor, and that's certainly how I govern. If you put the policy over the politics here, I think we're going to have a much better outcome. It's tough that we have to go through these growing pains, but look, we're either going to learn from this or we're going to lose from this. I hope we're one of those at that point in time for the Republican Party where we learn from this.
That is a surreal breakfast kitchen conversation with your child. I have to be honest with you.
Yeah, just an average day at the Duncan's house, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, over the last 2 years, not necessarily wrong. Former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, appreciate your time as always, sir. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Jeff. All right.
Yeah, and congrats, Phil, on the permanent role.
Right?
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it.
We're so happy to have
Thank
him
you.
here.